Hello everyone, this is Yodit and today I brought guest and Jane is my mentor and I will let her introduce.
Hello, my name is Jen. I am, as Judith said, I have a mentoring relationship with her. It's been going on now for several months and I've been able to watch her grow and get better and better and better at what she does in terms of public speaking and leadership. She is amazing, and I am here to support her in her goals to achieve more video releases.
Okay, so tell us about your journey, how you joined Toastmasters, and what was your biggest fear when you joined Toastmasters?
I joined Toastmasters in 1991. The reason I joined Toastmasters is because my company was undergoing a reorganization. My family and I had just moved from Seattle to Portland to take a really big job for 7-Eleven to coordinate consolidating their accounting centers into one. And then, for some reason, the climate changed and they decided that they needed to let people go, to have a huge reorganization to make sure that we were doing the right thing. And I really seriously thought that I would be one of the ones who would be asked to leave, subject to a layoff, reduction in force, whatever you want to call it. They're very stressful. So I was concerned because we had, like I said, we had just relocated from one area to another. And I walked in through the building and I saw a sign that says Toastmasters meets here. Had the information that it met at noon, what room it was. It said, please come and join us, improve your communication skills. I thought, wow, I might have to be doing interviews. I'm very, very rusty because I had been with 7-Eleven for over 15 years. I hadn't interviewed for anything for that time. And I said, I need to really get engaged with this particular thing and make some improvements. So when I'm laid off, if I'm laid off, I will have the skills I need to go search for another job. And so I joined, and I have to tell you that it really turned the tide for me because I was able to learn more about communication. I was able to more clearly communicate. I was also able to make sure that I was operating from a position of kindness instead of animosity, because it was very stressful when you're trying to figure out who's going to be the one that leaves the company or doesn't get to stay. And so that's why I joined Toastmasters in 1991. I was in a club in Portland, Oregon for 5 years. And then in 1996, our family did another huge move from Portland to Dallas to take a different position with 7-Eleven. So it was a promotion for me. I look at it as the actual result of being a part of a Toastmaster club for that.
From being worrying to being laid off to get promoted.
To get promoted and move again with my family to a new place. So yes.
Wow.
New opportunities.
Wow. So how is your journey so far? Like, were you doing your speech early on or like you're procrastinating? Did you take your pathways immediately?
Well, when I joined Toastmasters, we had books that had speech projects in them. And so we had our book and we would take it to the meeting. We would have our evaluator fill it out. It is the root of Pathways, but Pathways is all online and electronic, and this was a manual, so very different. I think I did start to go through the book, and I finished the first book, which was, the designation was a competent communicator, and there was a leadership book and a communication book. The leadership book was called Competent Leader, and I worked through that as well. And I think that when you marry the two, the communication and the leadership together, then you have a way to really build your future because you can clearly communicate, and you also know how to help lead others, organize teams, collaborate. All those things are part of the leadership.
Wow, that's amazing. So the next question I have is, what is DTM and how long does it take you to achieve?
DTM stands for Distinguished Toastmasters. At this point in time, it is still the highest award you can achieve as a Toastmaster member. It has a lot of components. You have to complete 2 pathways, which is a lot of speeches and leadership and being involved with Toastmasters. Then you also have to do things like do a speechcraft or a youth leadership program, which is to actually take Toastmasters principles and put them in the community. Mm-hmm. You have to mentor or sponsor a new club.
Oh, wow.
And that's hard to do because we have fewer new clubs than we have people who are working on DTMs. But I did it because I was able to be a mentor, which was a 6-month term of service for a new club at T-Mobile.
Oh, wow.
And it was very interesting for me to be able to go to the meetings every week and make new friends and help the new club get off on the right foot and start to be very productive about what they do with their pathways and their meetings.
And last time we checked, it took you 6 years, right?
I think it took me 10 years.
To get the DTM?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It took me a long time.
Oh, I thought
Because you have to have leadership positions.
Wow.
Like, for example, this year I'm an area director, and it counts for one of the requirements of a distinguished Toastmaster. Mm-hmm. And it's a 1-year term, and you have a lot of interaction with other people clubs and the officers of the clubs, as well as the members. You have opportunity to really help them achieve their goals. So it's
another one.
It's the most fun.
The most fun, yeah. I want to do that, but I don't know how long it will take me. We'll see. Another interesting one is smidgely distinguished. Mm-hmm. What is that, and what is the requirements?
Why would we want to be Smedley distinguished? Ross Smedley was the person who started Toastmasters over 100 years ago. And it was his foundation that, of course, built this organization into an absolutely global presence. You can find Toastmasters clubs everywhere you go. Yeah. Smedley, the Smedley Distinguished Club, is a new designation just this year, which serves to recognize clubs who really go over the top at achieving their goals. To become Smedley Distinguished, the club must have 25 members. They must also earn points for their pathway completions. They need 4 level 1s, 4 level 2s, 2 level 3s, 1 level 4, and then another level 4, 5, or DTM. So what it does is it says this club is managing their meetings and their members, and the club is actually growing because the club members are doing speeches, attending meetings, and holding officer positions, all of that make the club successful. Without that, it just would not happen. If the club members didn't connect, they weren't coming to meetings, it is really a very downhill road for a club. The Distinguished Club is a little easier. You have to have 20 members and achieve 9 or 10 of the DCP points. There's 10 DCP points. Smedley, you have to achieve all 10. Distinguished Club, you only have to do 9 and have 20 members. So there's different levels of distinguished clubs, and they are recognized for their effort.
What was really surprising for me about this Smedley when I was searching what is requirement, I thought once you're Smedley, it will not expire. Oh, yeah. I didn't know it resets every year. I was like, why do they do that? I think it was just encouraged every time to keep us on our toes, I guess. To always be achieving our goals is really what it is. Yeah, I was not expecting to reset every year. So once Smedley, at least it will stay for 5 years or something like that. That was surprising. So they say June every year, right?
Yes, it's good for 365 days.
I see.
And you get a ribbon for your banner.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
if we had a banner.
Oh, for the in-person one? I thought it was in the logo. The logo.
Oh, yeah, it's online. It's in the logo, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, is there anything you'd like to say for new people who wants to join Toastmasters, or for younger self-fulfilled when you join the first time? It could be either.
Right. I think the hardest thing is to just go ahead and engage with a club at start. See what it's like. Visit as many clubs as you need to find the one that fits best with your personality and your time frame. I mean, you have to be able to have the time to go to the meetings, participate in the meetings, and that's where the growth happens. So I think that new people should come in, should ask for a mentor, make sure that they get a mentor, and then work with that mentor to learn all about the system, how to put things in, how to get things out, and then how to do their first few speeches. Mm-hmm. Because in my opinion, a mentor should at least walk or practice coach. Well, it's not a coach. It's mentor the person through the first 3 speeches, maybe level 1 or level 2, depending on their time. But that's, I think, what will really get you connected with the club, and it will also give you a good source of information if you have questions.
Mm. Yeah, Jane, you've been amazing. You've been part of my Toastmaster journey, and I'm really grateful for all your helps, for me, for the teams. And thank you so much for coming. I know we had issue with the memory card, but we punt, you say?
We punted, yes. We punted, P-U-N-T-E-D, punted.
Yeah.
Push the ball a little bit further towards the goal.
Yep. And thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you. It's been my pleasure, Judith. As always, your questions are engaging and challenging, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.